The 2019 New South Wales ACT Rural Women's Award finalists are passionate about agriculture and rural communities. They are farmers, wives, mothers, businesswomen, doctors, entrepreneurs, innovators and environmentalists. Outstanding examples of the passion and determination of rural women across our state. These 4 women are opening doors to new possibilities and are empowering other women along the way.
My name is Ellen Downs. I grew up in Jamberoo on a family dairy farm and I love stud dairy cattle. I, however, am now a mixed farmer in Canowindra on my husband's 4th generational family property. I'm also a doctor. I'm a rehabilitation specialist working regionally. I have 3 children, a very busy life, and we love everything to do with rural living. So my husband and I have been involved in a very unique business model called AgEDGE for the last 13 years. This has been extremely important for us because it's given us business skills, planning, analysis and opportunity, and really importantly, inclusion of every family member in our farm business planning. AgEDGE is really unique because it's a farmer-led platform. The key features of AgEDGE are that we have farming families sitting around a table in a confidential corporate-style business arrangement where we have a board of directors effectively for your business. And it also allows the women to have a say in the business direction for their farm and therefore set goals, build partnerships and improve the outcomes for everybody involved, and therefore that flows on to a wonderful opportunity to enhance our communities and our industry. So my project is about bringing AgEDGE forward as an opportunity for family farms. We need to spread the word about this amazing model over the boundary fence. So we have an established model, we have proven success. Now we would use this to expand our communication to the wider agricultural community, to rural women's networks, and deliver this through a program of videos, telling our stories of emotion, sharing the successful stories of the AgEDGE families, and also sharing the skills and knowledge that we have already all gained through AgEDGE, through resources, through webinars, and through partnership building so that we can try and upskill the rural communities. My final message for rural women is you can do this. Do it now, get involved, plan for your families and your farming businesses, and you will not be sorry.
So my name's Lisa McFadyen. I'm from Condobolin, New South Wales, and I'm CEO and founder of Secure Impact, which is a rural property and agri-asset marketplace. I'm passionate about agriculture. I grew up on a family farm. Farming's in my blood, but with my work I really like to try and empower and help people through change, so through that transition phase they have with farming. So the project is a farm business support tool, and we're providing decisions for farmers transition through leasing, share farm and other alternatives. Actually stemmed from a personal experience of our family farm. My dad's getting older. The physical demands of farming are starting to take its toll, so had to really have the discussion with Dad, what's the alternatives? And that's where it made me realise it's an industry problem, and that's where this project will address that. 50% of farms are going to sell in the next 10 years and 60% of farmers have no known successor. So it really puts pressure on the industry of the farm entry and the farm exit for those older farmers. The average age of a farmer is 56 and 23% of them are over 65. So I think we have a challenge, but it's also a huge opportunity. The project addresses 4 key areas. So it's farmer-led and advisor-led workshops face-to-face, it's online tutorials, online checklist and an advisory hub. So the advisory hub is a connected tool. So I really want to make sure that farmers can go to a resource and really be able to contact someone that's in their local area that will really give them the right advice. And those that are going to benefit from my project is farmers and farming families, because they've been provided with business support tools. Businesses, those advisors that need to connect with the farmers, and also industry, because we're driving change, we're getting the conversation started. So my long-term vision is to really have a sustainable, viable agricultural industry. So through the award, I really want to raise awareness with the transition processes through leasing and share farming and other alternatives, expanding, but also helping those older ones to transition. My message for rural women is put your hand up, get involved. It's putting yourself out there. It is being vulnerable, but it's the connections that you make, and I just think that it's great awareness of the industry as well.
I'm Jo Palmer. I am from The Rock in southern New South Wales in the Riverina, and I am the founder and managing director of Pointer Remote Roles. I'm a connector. I love seeing the amazing things that happen when people are connected to each other. Pointer is a job matching platform where businesses can connect with employees or contractors who work remotely. Remote work is a really amazing way for rural women to try and create that work-life balance so they can have a career, but they can also be a wife, a mother, work on the farm, or really contribute in their local community. My project came about after we've been running Pointer for just over 2 years. Our research had found that there was still barriers to professional women living in rural Australia to actually signing up with us and looking for remote work. My project is building a portal that will be housed within Pointer's website that helps to break down the barriers that are faced by both professionals and businesses in rural areas. So we're going to provide content, videos, self-paced training that will break down those lack of confidence barriers and the barriers around technology for both businesses and employees. Giving regional businesses access to professionals, it means that they can not only grow their businesses, but it might also mean that they can employ more people locally, and it's a really great way for businesses to take on national or global markets from where they are in regional Australia. What I really hope to achieve through this award is to really raise awareness of how easy it is to actually employ people remotely and to really break down those barriers to professional women in rural areas who are hesitant in looking for a remote job. My message to rural women is to not let your geographic location define your career.
So my name's Karin Stark. I live on a cotton and wheat farm with my partner and our 5-year-old daughter. I currently work for Reaqua, which is a solar pumping business, and previous to this I worked in government as well as land care, working in renewable energy, and it was through that work that I identified that solar irrigation, there was a lot of interest out there, but just not a lot of knowledge. So energy costs are a huge issue for many farmers in the region and around Australia, as well as for the farm that I live on myself. Additionally to that, climate change is putting huge pressure on agriculture. Part of the solution to that is the adoption of renewable energy. So my project, the Renewables in Ag Conference and Expo, will be the first of its kind that's offered in Australia. So my current work at Reaqua Solar Pumping, as well as some of the work I did with government, and a lot of research that's been also released by some peak bodies, shows that the key barriers to the adoption of renewables are things like scarcity of visible examples on ground. So farmers aren't able to learn from each other as they usually do by looking over the fence. Another barrier is the high capital costs. The lack of credible suppliers has been cited in research, that people don't feel they know who to trust, therefore don't feel confident in investing in solar. And the last obvious barrier is the gap in the knowledge. It's bringing people together in one place to learn from one another, whether that's farmers learning from farmers, agribusiness learning from farmers, or consultants learning from government representatives. The Expo will be a big part of the conference, so this is looking at credible agribusinesses that can provide renewable energy solutions. So the key people I think will benefit from the conference are farmers, obviously, because we're providing them with the information they need to make that step to invest in renewable energy. So in terms of longer term outcomes, I think the community will really benefit from more farms having renewable energy, because it produces more resilient farming systems, and therefore there's stronger economies and healthier environments as well. So in terms of where I want to see this project in 5 years' time, I'd like it to be repeated annually. And in terms of longer term outcomes, we want to see increased investment in renewables, and this will also create jobs in the regions as these are installed. If you're really passionate about something, there's so many opportunities out there. You just have to do a little bit of research and also use your networks, and just use those to try and help you to achieve what you believe is really important.
The AgriFutures Rural Women's Award, celebrating and inspiring the next generation of female leaders across Australia.